Welcome back to Well, That's Interesting, the 2 steps forward, 3 steps back edition.
Story of everything.
Yes.
Right now. Story
it really
of
is.
Everything.
It really is. And today is In-Betweeni 093, How to Lure Murder Hornets to Their Death.
Okay, good to know.
Mm-hmm. And Jumping Worms Are Invading California.
Why are they jumping? Why are they jumping?
That's just what they do.
What?
Mm-hmm. They do that. They do that.
Great. It's like when you find out a cockroach can fly.
Yes.
And you're like, what?
Yeah. Did it need that? Did it need the extra?
Yeah.
Did it need the extra?
Did it? Yeah.
These are so extra.
Yeah.
They're so extra. And I'm Jill Chacha. And I am with the devastated Marissa Riley.
That's me. I'm here and I am devastated.
That's right.
Yes.
If this is your first time listening, welcome to the flock.
Welcome.
Dr. Riley here comes in cold and learns everything in real time, just like you.
It's true. I had no idea what we were going to talk about today, but now that I do, I'm so grossed out. So grossed out.
Yes, my friends, today we've got some more good news and some more not so good news.
As per usual.
In the first half of the show, a major breakthrough has been made in regards to how we can stop invasive murder hornets from spreading through North America.
Got it.
So that's great.
Good.
And as people were busy solving that problem, in the second half of the show, I'd like to introduce the latest invasive species which hit California. So
I just like, of all the invasive species, of course it's something that's really gross.
Oh, yeah.
That can do something you don't want it to do.
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
No, it's like nature is just mad-libbing or just picking words out of a hat and just pairing them with creatures that just shouldn't do the things that they do.
Yeah. That'd be like if spiders could do improv. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of like 2 of the creepiest things ever. I was like, I think that would ruin my life.
Yeah, a lot of people's lives.
That would ruin me. I'd be like, that's happening. And the Supreme Court is doing everything it's doing. I think we are in the bad place.
We are in the bad place.
Yeah, we're in the bad place.
This latest invasive species is very large and very squirmy. You may even call them rude, thanks to the damage they leave behind.
Wow.
So,
wow. They leave damage behind
Yeah.
aside from trauma?
Yeah, they're total dicks.
So mean.
Such dicks. So I guess we should begin with the good news. What do you say?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And to do so, we probably need a little refresher on our murder hornet.
Okay.
In fact, get this. Our first In-Betweeni ever, In-Betweeni 001, took place 2 years ago this month.
Wow. Oh my God.
I know. And it was about these hornets. So
That's bananas.
it's total bananas. Everything's come full circle. It's fucking wild. It's wild.
It's so wild.
It's so
oh my
wild.
God.
So I know it's been 1,000 years, but if you can recall, they were first spotted in Washington state in the perfect year for a hornet to invade in 2020.
Naturally.
That's right. And they've been spreading ever so slowly across the American Northwest. And even though the pace is like water torture, the torture remains. The bee colonies, which are already suffering from, thanks to us, are having to face these fuckers too.
Oh, so, great.
Yeah.
Ugh, that sucks.
Yeah. So compared to the North American honeybee, which is a wee 9 to 18 millimeters long, Asian giant hornets are the world's largest hornet species, which are about 2 inches long with a 3-inch wingspan.
That's so too much hornet.
That's too much hornet.
Just too much hornet. I'm sorry. But to be honest, any amount of hornet is too much hornet for me. I'm not a fan. I got bitten by one as a kid. It got into I think this is what happened. It got into my sweatpants.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And the rest writes itself.
Yeah.
That's all little baby Marissa.
My little legs were like destroyed. I know it wasn't a bee because it got me more than once.
Oh, yeah.
And
oh, God.
It sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks.
So.
Feel bad for me. I'm a victim of hornets.
Oh, sweetie. Okay. Well, And of course, the murder hornet got its delightful nickname because a hornet or two can take out an entire bee colony within a few hours.
Jesus.
Especially the bees in North America because they haven't evolved any natural defenses against this invasive species.
Oh, man. No.
Yeah. So another quick recap. Hornets smite the bees by decapitation and then feed the corpses to their young. So that's metal.
Intense.
It's metal as fuck.
That's metal as fuck.
Yeah.
That's dirty.
It's dirty. That's so dirty.
Yeah.
Actually, Dr. Marissa, would you like to see two triumphant murder hornets just hanging out, surrounded by their fallen enemies? I have a photo.
I mean, I think I'm about to start respecting these. Yeah, give it to me. Give it to me straight.
Yeah, and all photos, screenshots, all the things we talk about today will be on our social media stuff, so please come on by and watch. Or I should say, look at this photo. It's pretty intense. Here it is.
I mean...
Yeah.
So what's around them exactly?
The heads of the bees.
Okay.
She took her glasses off.
This is very, what's the word? Cartel.
Oh, yeah, very...
Huge cartel vibes.
Huge.
Okay, so I see two hornets. They're huge. They don't even look real. Like, they're so big and, like, they've got these yellow heads and these, like, reddish brown bodies and the stripes and the wings, and they're huge.
They're fucking huge.
And then they're both, like, facing each other. It looks like they're kissing. I don't think that's what they're doing.
Unless they're into that.
Unless, yeah, they just
like
kiss
surrounded by the dead.
Yeah, they're like, now's
out.
the time. This is what gets me hot. Gets me hot. How old am I? But yeah, and they're on some, it looks like concrete, and all around them are bee heads. Yeah. And I had to ask Jill what that was just to confirm. But yeah, these are the heads of bees, and they're making out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Romantic.
You thought you were weird.
Yes, that's right. So yeah, it's not good at all. For the past several years, researchers, entomologists, and bee lovers have been racking their brains on how to stop the hornets from spreading without damaging other insect and animal populations.
Got it.
Yeah. So good news, everyone. Today's the day. Scientists have figured out they can end the invasion by, you guessed it, luring male murder hornets to their death by enticing them with sex.
Now, why don't we apply this to other things? Yes. I feel like we could apply this to other groups. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like the Supreme Court would really I feel like we could lure some of them with sex.
Oh, yeah, that's true. 110%.
And then what's the next step? Kill them? Yeah, okay, cool. You heard it here.
Beer and sex. You could lure them.
Here it is. Come here. And then we just close it's like a trap. Yeah, just close it. Oh no, you can't do anything else. I guess we have to replace you with real people who aren't lizard humans.
So, Dr. Marissa, please do us the honor and let's not bury the lead any longer. Tell us, what was the first step in how all this came to light?
I would love to talk about it. All right, as reported by Isaac Schultz of Gizmodo, quote, recently a team of entomologists caught a bunch of virgin giant hornet queens and their male drones from colonies in Yunnan, China. They swapped the queen's sex glands and used gas chromatography, mass spectrometry to identify pheromone compounds from 6 of the queens. The team's findings were published in the March 2020 issue of Current Biology, end quote, which no one read because everything was going on in March 2020. I'm so sorry that their awesome shit came out then, but it sounds like they lured them with virgin queens' sex glands. Am I getting that right?
Yeah, I mean... Yeah,
using their pheromones that's and nothing more delicious than a queen's sex glands.
It's true, and we're going to get into that. Yeah, it's pretty enticing. Yeah, well,
I'm tempted. I'm like, where should I go? Jill, should we put on our shoes? Go?
Yeah, March 2020 was a rough time to publish anything.
I know. It's such a shame.
Yes, my friends, let's talk about those findings.
Yes.
So, after the old swabby swab, that's right, researchers were able to isolate the major components of the female sex pheromone, aka, quote, an odor blend that is highly attractive to males who compete to mate with queens, said James Nee in an email to Gizmodo. James is an entomologist at the University of California at San Diego and co-author of the recent paper.
Amazing.
So, my friends, I bet you're wondering, what is in this insatiable aroma? What is it composed of? Buckle in.
Okay.
That's right, buckle in. The main components that were identified were hexanoic, octanoic, and decanoic acids.
I mean, I wish I could be like, yes, those things.
Yes.
I know exactly what you're talking about. They nailed it. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I had no idea either. No fucking clue. I bet everyone listening has no fucking clue what those are either. So I gave it a Google.
Thank God.
I looked it up. And turns out you and I have totally smelled these things before.
Really?
And here's how they've been described. Dr. Marissa, would you like to do the honors for us here as well?
Nothing would make me happier than learning something new. That was the fucking
Nerd.
nerdiest shit I've ever said. Anyways, okay, quote, hexanoic acid has a fatty, cheesy, sometimes urine odor. It sounds familiar. Octanoic acid is slightly rancid and found in some animal milks. Decanoic acid has a similar pungent scent and is used in fruit flavorings.
Right.
End quote. All of this sounds familiar.
Yeah.
And I can relate. I won't go deeply into why, but yeah.
Yeah, it's cheesy, it's rancid, it's fruity. This pheromone has got it all.
Yeah.
And researchers were like, all right, we know what's in it, so let's give the next step a try.
Yes,
so,
please.
According to Erin Garcia de Jesus of ScienceNews.org, quote, the team then crafted traps using a sticky board,
Okay.
a dummy male hornet, and a vial filled with each of the individual pure acids,
Amazing.
a mix of the three,
Okay.
or extracts directly from the pheromone secreting glands of the queen.
Delicious.
End quote. So
Yes.
many options here to choose from. My friends, I'm happy to report the hysterical news that all three were enough to trick male hornets into getting trapped. All three.
All
totally.
three.
All worked.
All three variety. Variety of ways to trap a male
It's all so easy.
hornet.
It's
It's
so
just
easy.
too easy, you guys.
So, from Erin Garcia de Jesus once more, quote, the male hornets had a clear preference for the queen extracts, though the isolated chemicals as well as the mixes trapped many hornets. In one test, for example, extracts from just one gland trapped about 500 male hornets.
That's amazing.
It's insane.
And efficient.
Yes.
So efficient. Get them all.
Yeah, more than twice the number trapped by full concentrations of the 3-chemical cocktail, which itself performed on par with 2 of the undiluted isolated chemicals, end quote. So, honestly, it all fucking works. Round of applause, everybody. We did it.
We nailed it.
We got it.
We got them.
We did it.
Yes.
That's hard work, but we did it.
Yes.
So, now, there is room for improvement since the males favored the gland extracts a little more. James Nee suggests there's probably more compounds within the pheromone that they haven't yet picked up on, so more research needs to be done, basically.
Excellent.
There's a little bit of room for improvement.
I'm here for it.
Either way, this is a huge success / great start. As James told Gizmodo, quote, when these components or their blend was tested in sticky traps, they captured thousands of males.
Amazing.
End quote. So it's a great start. And if you think this is cool,
Oh, I do.
yeah, I couldn't go without telling y'all / refreshing you on how bees with natural defenses take on these hornets. It is fucking war.
That's right, because they don't have sticky traps.
That's right.
And queen glands.
That's right.
And cocktails of stuff
That's right.
that Jill just told me about. But tell me
That's
more
right.
about
They,
the bees.
So these bees in Asia, one way they
Okay.
defeat the hornets is a way called shimmering. Shimmering.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And the best way I could describe it is if you If you've ever watched like a baseball game on TV,
Yeah, sure.
have you ever seen fans just do the wave?
Oh, yes. I'm very aware of the
Yeah,
wave.
okay.
Yes.
So that's exactly what it looks like.
Okay.
And it sounds crazy, but the whole point is to confuse a hornet.
These hornets, I mean, they're fierce, but like they sound like football players.
They're
like
jocks.
You
They're
could just like
Look over there. And
Yeah.
they run.
it's a dinosaur, and you got him.
So +1, the journal, PLOS, +1 describes shimmering as a defense behavior whereby bees on the nest surface flip their abdomens upwards in a choreographed manner.
That's so cute.
It is.
This is like the theater kids tricking
That's right, the jocks.
the jocks. I'm sorry, I'm watching the Stranger Things 4 or whatever, and it's all about high school. So it's in the 80s.
It's in your
which
brain.
is very, very high school
Yes.
in the 80s. Yes.
So, Dr. Marissa, I actually have a video of this maneuver if you want to see
Amazing.
it.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Amazing. So please tell us, is my baseball wave analogy a good one? Let's see here. Let me pull it up for you. And I'll have some screenshots of the shimmering, but you can even just Google shimmering honeybees and it'll come up. There's just so many videos of bees doing this on their hives.
Amazing.
So here we go. Please narrate, Dr. Marissa.
Okay, we see a kind of a tree bush, lots of rocks. Oh, that's so fun. Okay. Whoa.
Right?
Okay, so are these hives?
Those are hives.
Okay, all right. So I'm looking at hives in kind of like it looks almost like a rock wall situation, and it's so cool because it just looks like the hives look like little rocks, and it looks like little ripples of like almost like as if it was water.
Yeah.
In ripples, but it's really just the bees doing this very well choreographed
Pulse.
wave,
Yeah.
a pulse.
Yeah.
Yes, it's so cool. You have to look it up because I am terrible at describing things.
That totally
I'm
works.
old and tired.
It's excellent, excellent. So another way to combat these hornets, it's with one of our favorites. It's with poo.
Oh my God, you can use it for anything.
It's really a miracle. We actually brought this up way the fuck back in In-Betweeni 014.
Wow.
Yeah, it's another throwback. That In-Betweeni was called "You Can Defend Your Hive with Poo" / human structures now outweigh all life on Earth.
Amazing.
That was a good time.
That was a real hard look in the mirror.
Yeah, lots of shit there, literally.
Yeah.
They use animal poop as a deterrent, basically. And finally, if all of this external defense fails and a hornet gets into the colony, Dr. Marissa, according to Tim Barabeau of Gizmodo, what do Japanese honeybees do? What do they resort to?
Okay, let's talk about it.
Yeah,
All right.
It's fucking intense.
Let's do it. I'm so ready. All right. Quote, Japanese honeybees have a unique defense trait against the enormous and sting-proof giant hornet. They form a hot defense... they form a hot defensive bee ball.
That's right.
Enveloping and overheating the insect. A cluster of around 500 Japanese honeybees will first pile on to the attacking hornet. The bees then vibrate, and their flight muscles I can read. The bees then vibrate their flight muscles to produce heat reaching 117 degrees Fahrenheit or 47 degrees Celsius, a temperature deadly to the hornet, but not to the bees. End quote.
Yeah.
So they basically tackle it, vibrate around.
That's right.
And then turn themselves into an oven that heats the hornet, and pow, dead.
Yeah. They melt the hornet.
They melt
the fucking hornet.
I never would have thought of that. I never would have thought of doing that to...
It is a deadly group hug. It's one of the deadliest group hugs.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's so theater kid of them.
It's pretty great. So that is so damn intense. Please, everyone, just imagine eating 500 of your friends to smother a monster with your own body. Speaking of Stranger Things.
I can't even imagine having 500 friends. I can barely imagine having, 5 friends.
Yeah, same.
I have friends, don't worry. But,
the flock. We'd have to call the flock.
We'd have to call the flock.
Y'all. We need y'all big time.
Yeah,
So,
thank you in advance.
thank you so much, guys. So, after the break, We solved one problem.
Yes.
But we've got another. Jumping worms.
That's
right. So please stay tuned.
Please do.
We're the All Creatures Podcast. Each week, Angie and I explore and share amazing details about the many animals we share our world with.
Plus, Chris and I are both PhD scientists and educators. So we do the deep dives in the scientific research and then come back and share what we learn in a fun and casual way. We also speak with other scientists, animal experts, activists, and many other conservation enthusiasts from all over the planet.
So you can find the All Creatures Podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
Have you ever wondered what really happened to Amelia Earhart or the lost colony of Roanoke? Do you ever find yourself scouring the internet for vicious Victorians and their murders by gaslight? Or perhaps you're just sick and tired of women being constantly misrepresented or plain lied about throughout history? If so, join me, Katie Charlwood, history harlot and reader of books, on Who Did What Now, the history podcast that's not your history class. Part of the Airwave Media Network. Available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Adios, au revoir, au revoir, my friends. Bye-bye. I'll be seeing you.
Hey everyone, Jill Chacha here from Well, That's Interesting, and I am absolutely thrilled to tell you about Spotify for podcasters. I use it, I love it, and it all started by downloading the free Spotify for Podcasters app, which has all the tools you need in one place to record and edit your masterpiece of a podcast. Spotify for Podcasters also distributes your show to all major platforms. So when you hit publish, your episodes will stream not only on Spotify, but I'm talking about the Apples, the Googles, Stitcher, Good Pods, the other ones. You get the idea. And you can monetize your podcast with no minimum listenership required. You could also set up monthly subscriptions and record ads just like this one. So what are you waiting for? Download Spotify for Podcasters today and start changing the world. Oh, and please, stay interesting. And we're back.
We are so back.
We're so back. And Dr. Marissa, you know what? Let's get right into it.
Yes. Let's talk about these worms.
That's right. I'd love to show you a 38-second long, very uncomfortable video.
Oh, fine. Fine. Show it to me.
Okay, great. Now, I'm not going to give too much away, but I will tell you a few things about it so our beautiful members of the flock can find it and watch along. You shouldn't be alone and feeling uncomfortable.
No, I should not. Please join me.
Fire up your YouTube and search Jumping Worms in Wisconsin.
It sounds like an 80s horror movie that Amazon keeps suggesting. Amazon keeps suggesting the most random horror movies. It's like killer cheerleaders from Uranus or something. And I'm like, I don't know, Amazon. Maybe not today.
Maybe. Put that in the maybe pile.
Okay.
Yeah, jumping worms in Wisconsin. So this video should pop right up. It was uploaded by the Milwaukee, Wisconsin Sentinel. And heads up, this is not, and I repeat, not sped up.
Oh, great. That always makes you feel safe when someone warns you that before watching a video.
All right, Dr. Marissa, here we go. What do you see?
Gross. I see a bowl of worms.
That's right.
in some dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And again, not sped up. All right. Ready?
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna hit play.
Okay. Ah! It's my worst nightmare.
It's pretty bad.
No.
Oh God, they're coming right.
Okay. Pause. This is like, imagine
Chaos.
worms, and then imagine the next worst thing, which is worms that are squiggling around so fast, they are literally kind of getting some flight.
Yes.
Like they are moving so fast, and some of them are just like, they're in this bowl and they're just jumping out of the bowl.
Yeah.
And they're just, it's so fast.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it. It
Yeah.
looks demonic. It really, and they're like classic, like purple worms that are so gross and slimy. And you're like, you know what? They're just on this earth to like shit out some dirt for us. And it's nice. But there's something fucked up about them.
Yeah, and
this is fucked up.
Yeah, and they don't shit out good things for us either. We'll get into it. They're just dicks.
Really?
They're just flailing dicks.
Oh, thank God. I've been looking for a reason to hate worms for so long.
Well, these particular ones, yeah.
Okay, these worms, I need a reason to not... Don't give me this. They're helping the...
They're not at all.
I'm sure the other worms, the slow ones, are.
Totally. Yeah, and they're also a hefty size. It's really not the things you want.
I hate them.
It's just not. It's just not good. So, my friends, it's my pleasure. If you're not already familiar with them, I'd love to introduce you to a Amynthus.
Sounds like a. Sorry, I cut you off.
No,
sounds
go
like
for
a
it.
demon. I'm just saying. It sounds like a demon.
Amynthus agrestis.
So demonic.
Say it 3 times in a mirror.
No, don't.
Or what's commonly known as the jumping worm, crazy worm, and wood eel.
Ew.
They sometimes also go by jumpers, wigglers, snake worm, and Alabama jumper.
That's fun.
Damn, Alabama.
Okay.
Now, despite all those very American names, they're native to East Asia.
Okay.
Specifically Japan and the Korean Peninsula.
Got it.
Now, sometime in the 1800s, they hitched a ride on international shipping vessels and have been living the American dream ever since.
Fuck yeah, sort of.
Yeah, great for them, not so great for our crops and native species. Put a pin in it.
Okay.
Yeah, so as of this year, they have been found in, drumroll please, Kansas, Kentucky, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Louisiana, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, Iowa, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, and as we just saw, Wisconsin.
I don't see Brooklyn on that list, so I'm okay. Sorry, everybody else. Yeah.
And now they've reached the fertile and important crop soils of California.
Ugh.
So, Dr. Marissa, do us a favor and tell us a bit more about the worm's personality and mega survival skills, as reported by the California Department of Food and Agriculture.
Let's get into it. Yeah. All right. Quote, these earthworms are extremely active, aggressive, and have voracious appetites. I'm sorry, that's horrifying. This is not what you want to hear about fucking alien worms. Yeah. Okay, continuing the quote, true to their name, they jump, known to jump off the ground or out of a bait can and thrash immediately when handled, behaving more like a threatened snake than a worm, sometimes even breaking and shedding their tail when caught. Oh, jumping worms are considered aggressive as they outcompete common European earthworms, dicks. These worms are up to 8 inches in length and are characteristically marked by a light milky white to gray band around a dark body. They breed in mass and constantly produce cocoons at the soil surface. Hatchlings have been observed after air temperatures reached above 50 degrees Fahrenheit and die when air temperatures reach below 41 degrees Fahrenheit. Adults develop in about 60 fucking days. They can reproduce without mating or asexually. Wonderful. Cocoons can survive at soil temperatures of below 4 degrees Fahrenheit, end quote. So they are coming at us hard. Oh, yeah. They are reproducing hard.
With themselves.
Fuck. These are, I realize they come from Asia. These are very American worms.
They are.
These are gun-wielding, pro-life, fucking worms.
Obnoxious, loud, just taking up room.
Yeah.
So, there's a little bit more.
Great.
Yeah, so Anise Dobson, a postdoctoral researcher at the Yale School of Forestry and Environmental Studies, told the AP back in good old 2019, quote, jumping worms simply tear through the topsoil, eating up all the organic matter they encounter. What remains is a grainy layer of used-up earth that looks like coffee grounds.
Oh.
Won't support plant life and isn't much good for anything. End quote.
The metaphor continues.
Yeah.
They eat up all the resources and leave nothing with no thoughts of the future.
Nope.
They just plow through it all, getting more obese. I'll leave it alone.
It's okay.
I'm fine.
We're all okay. I know. I did not know. I did not plan the parallels. I did not. It just
I
happened.
think it doesn't matter what you would have talked about today. I would have found a parallel.
would have found something,
You
yeah.
could have talked about like a furry rabbit, and I would have been like, "They're
Those
ruining my life."
Those fucking cunts.
Yeah,
So
I'm fine. I'm sweating.
let's carry on. Quote, it has no nutritional value and it doesn't hold any moisture. Water runs right through it, said Eugene Relick, owner of Hollandia Nursery. Quote, it's really been stripped. The only thing you can do is dig it up and replace it with new topsoil. End quote.
That sucks.
Yeah.
This really sucks.
Blows.
Ah!
It's okay.
I'm
Okay.
fine.
Now, needless to say, topsoil is damn important if you want anything to grow, and simply replacing it while these worms are still round and thriving is not going to work.
It's pointless.
Yeah, so how do you get rid of them?
How?
Drum roll, please. There are no reliable recommendations.
Great. Great.
So if you do see them, pick them up, use them as feed or bait. Literally, we can take them out one at a time.
Sounds good.
That's right. Their hardiness is really the issue here. The fact that cocoons can survive 4 degrees below zero really blows a lot. So does the whole asexual reproduction thing. And they mature in 2 months. Jesus Christ.
Too much too fast.
It's just too much. So their eradication has become such a perplexing problem. I shit you not. A study came out in 2015 called Can the Invasive Earthworm, Aminthias agristis, be controlled with prescribed fire?
Oh my god, I won't take it into the metaphor I've been pushing so hard on our poor listeners. But can you?
Yes, the study did show you can kill stuff with fire.
Great.
Quote, the hatching rate of earthworm cocoons collected from the burned treatments was low. So, but still, y'all, I'm not sure if burning off topsoil and paying to replace the whole thing is the best option for a farmer already struggling, etc.
Also, my dad, who learned how to make a flamethrower out of $40 worth of stuff at Home Depot, has passed away, and he did not leave his weapon recipe. What do you call it? Any instructions?
Weapon recipe?
I don't know who to call about that. I'll look into it.
Oh my god, we need to do something with weapon recipe.
Yeah.
It's gotta be something.
So cute.
When we write a book, it'll just be called Weapon Recipes.
Amazing. I can't wait.
It'll confuse many people. So what can I say? Humans kind of suck at getting rid of these worms at the moment, but you know who's pretty good at catching a worm?
Who?
The early bird.
Really?
Oh, that's right.
Ah!
Our bird friends may save the day. Now, I don't have any satisfying solutions, but I do have a satisfying... I do have a satisfying video of our friend the grackle.
Yes! I love grackles. They're all over Texas. They look like crows, but a little bit smaller.
That's right. It's perfect. Exactly. Grackles, they easily take out these jumpers.
Fuck yeah.
That's right. So you want to watch a few seconds of this video
Yes.
of a grackle just decapitating?
This sounds like the most metal
It
video.
is.
I wish we could remake this video with like Metallica behind it.
So we could sing it while we play it if you want.
Okay.
So fire up your YouTube and search invasive jumping worm versus grackle. Invasive jumping worm versus grackle, and watch this bird save the day.
Amazing.
Now at the 40-second mark, it pulls the head right off. So there's more decapitation in this in-betweenie. It's a big day for us.
Fabulous.
But Dr. Marissa, please be our David Attenborough and narrate. We're actually going to watch it from the beginning.
Hot damn.
Here we go. Oh, no, wrong one. Okay, here's our grackle friend.
All right, I see a grackle on, it looks like the beach of a river. That I'm sure there's a word for that. It's poking
Shore?
around.
It's on the shore.
Oh, it's the shore of a river. All right, it sees a worm in the water. The worm is acting really chill. Oh, it picks the worm out of the water, and the worm is twisting around, and the bird keeps picking it up and dropping it, and all right. So the bird keeps picking it up and dropping it and being like, what the fuck? Why is this thing moving? And now it's decapitating it. It's taking out its head with its beak, and now it's taking the body, and it's taking the body over to a different part of the shore, and it looks really confused. It's like, I don't give a shit. Oh! Fully decapitated. The body is still moving. The body is still moving, and now it's taking little bites. It's eating it like a bag of fucking Takis. No big deal. No big deal. Yeah. Metal as fuck.
Took care of it.
Sleep with one eye open. I'm fine. I was not drunk at all for this episode.
No.
I just want to note that I'm just this crazy.
Natural. Just natural.
Yes.
Natural talent. Yeah. It just put its foot down on the body of the worm and just ripped it up.
Ripped it up,
Man.
One piece at a time.
That's right.
Elegant.
So thank you for listening, rating, subscribing, telling your friends about these goddamn worms.
Yeah.
And what else did we talk about? Murder Hornets?
Murder Hornets.
We're
ending them.
That's right. We're totally ending them. Good job, everyone.
Well done.
And please, stay interesting.
Please do.